So here's something wild. Eating just 5 prunes a day can literally change what's happening inside your bones. Yeah, I said bones. Not what you expected, right? We all grew up thinking prunes were nature's laxative, but science has been quietly uncovering something way more interesting. And honestly, after diving into the research, I'm kind of blown away. Look, I get it. Prunes don't exactly scream superfood, but researchers at Penn State, San Diego State, and Harvard have been running serious studies on prunes over the past decade. And what they've found goes way beyond digestive health. We're talking about your bones, your heart, your gut microbiome, and yes, your digestive system. So let's break down exactly what happens to your body when you eat prunes every day. Benefit number 1, your bones get stronger. Okay, so first up, your bone health. And this is where things get really interesting. Penn State researchers conducted a 12-month study with 235 postmenopausal women and found that eating just 5 to 6 prunes daily helped preserve bone structure and strength, essentially slowing down age-related bone loss and reducing fracture risk. But here's what makes this fascinating. According to Dr. Shireen Hushmand from San Diego State University, postmenopausal women typically lose between 1 to 1.5% of their bone mass every year without treatment. But in her studies, women who ate prunes daily didn't lose any bone after a year. Let that sink in. 0 bone loss. Now you might be thinking, okay, but how does a dried fruit do that? Well, prunes contain bioactive compounds like polyphenols that may reduce the inflammatory pathways that lead to bone loss. Think of inflammation as little fires burning throughout your body, slowly breaking things down. Prunes help put out those fires. And here's something most people don't know. A serving of prunes actually fulfills your daily requirement for boron, a trace mineral that's thought to play a role in preventing osteoporosis. Boron helps your body use calcium and vitamin D more effectively. Benefit number 2, your digestion transforms. All right, let's talk about what prunes are actually famous for. Your digestive system. But the science here is way more nuanced than just, they help you poop. A randomized controlled trial in Japan found that prune juice significantly decreased hard and lumpy stools, while increasing normal stool formation. And importantly, it didn't increase watery or loose stools. So we're not talking about an emergency bathroom situation here. We're talking about actual normalization of your digestive system. Here's the science behind it. Prunes work through a triple action mechanism. They contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, plus sorbitol and chlorogenic acid, which all work together to increase stool frequency. Let me break that down. The insoluble fiber adds bulk and helps things move along. The soluble fiber helps moderate digestion and nutrient absorption. And sorbitol? It's a sugar alcohol that's poorly absorbed by your intestines, so as it travels through your digestive tract, it draws water into your bowel, softening everything up. Now, before you worry about side effects, studies show that consuming more than 20 grams of sorbitol daily may cause diarrhea. But a serving of 5 to 6 prunes contains only 6 grams of sorbitol, so you'd have to eat a ridiculous amount to have problems. And here's something really cool. When researchers compared prunes to psyllium fiber supplements, they found that prune therapy resulted in an average of 3.5 complete bowel movements per week, compared to 2.8 with psyllium. So prunes actually outperformed the supplement that millions of people buy at the pharmacy, and people didn't experience the bloating or fullness that sometimes comes with fiber supplements. Studies have shown that consuming 5 prunes up to 2 times a day may help relieve the distress of chronic constipation. And we're talking about chronic constipation here, not just the occasional issue. Benefit number 3, your heart gets protected. Now this one surprised me. Your cardiovascular system. Because when you think about heart health, you think about salmon and olive oil and maybe some berries. But prunes? Researchers at San Diego State University found that eating just 50 grams of prunes, that's about 5 to 6 prunes, each day for 6 months resulted in improved cardiovascular disease risk markers, including raising HDL cholesterol, the good kind, and lowering the ratio of total cholesterol to HDL. And we're talking about significant changes here in just 6 months. But it gets better. The same study found that daily prune consumption promoted higher antioxidant capacity and lowered levels of inflammatory markers, like interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha, both of which are associated with cardiovascular disease risk. Let's talk blood pressure for a second. A clinical trial with 259 pre-hypertensive volunteers found that those who drank prune juice and ate either 3 or 6 prunes daily for 8 weeks experienced significant reductions in blood pressure. Pre-hypertensive means your blood pressure is creeping up, but hasn't hit full hypertension yet. This is exactly when you want to intervene. And here's the mechanism. Prunes are incredibly rich in potassium. We're talking 745 milligrams per 100 grams, which helps counteract the effects of sodium in your diet. Sodium makes your blood pressure go up. Potassium brings it back down. It's like a seesaw. Prunes also contain pectin, a type of soluble fiber that research from the Los Angeles atherosclerosis study found can actually slow the thickening of artery walls caused by plaque formation. Think about that. Your arteries stay more flexible and open, better blood flow, less strain on your heart. One more thing that blew my mind. The phenolic compounds in prunes have been found to inhibit LDL oxidation in laboratory studies. When your LDL cholesterol gets oxidized, that's when it becomes really dangerous and starts sticking to your artery walls. Prunes help prevent that oxidation from happening in the first place. Benefit number 4, your gut microbiome thrives. Last but definitely not least, your gut microbiome. This is the ecosystem of trillions of bacteria living in your intestines. And it turns out prunes are like premium fuel for the good guys. Research shows that eating prunes every day improves the gut microbiome. And separate studies have found that the fiber and other compounds in prunes may alter gut bacteria in ways that support bone health. So we've actually come full circle here. Remember how I mentioned your gut and your bones communicate? This is how. Prunes contain large amounts of natural antioxidants called phenols. These compounds aren't fully absorbed by the small intestine, so they make it all the way to your colon, where they get fermented by gut bacteria and act as a fuel source. It's like you're literally feeding the beneficial bacteria that help keep you healthy. One study found that prunes increased the gut concentration of bifidobacterium, a species of bacteria that helps support regular digestion. These are the good guys. You want more of them. And here's the fascinating part. Scientists think that phenols in prunes may actually inhibit the growth of pathogenic bacteria while stimulating the growth of beneficial bacteria. So prunes are basically bouncer at the club, keeping the troublemakers out and letting the good guests in. The diversity of your gut microbiome affects everything: your immune system, your mental health, how well you absorb nutrients, even how you respond to medications. And prunes appear to be one of those foods that genuinely supports that diversity. Practical tips. How many should you actually eat? Research suggests that 4 to 12 prunes daily, which equals about 50 to 100 grams, is the effective range for seeing health benefits. Most studies found that 5 to 6 prunes daily hit the sweet spot, enough to see benefits without getting bored. Experts recommend starting gradually. If you're aiming for 5 to 6 prunes a day, try 3 in the morning and 3 in the evening at first. This gives your digestive system time to adjust. And here's something important: consistency matters. These foods only help if you eat them pretty much daily. Having a couple of prunes once a week probably isn't doing much for your bones or heart. Think of it like taking a vitamin. You need regular intake for the benefits to accumulate. Ways to incorporate them? You can eat them straight, obviously, but you can also chop them up and add them to oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, toss them in salads, or even use them in savory dishes. Prunes actually pair amazingly well with pork and chicken. That sweetness complements the meat. One caution: if you're prone to diarrhea or have IBS, you may want to introduce prunes slowly or consult your doctor first. Start with just 1 or 2 and see how your body responds. Look, prunes might never be Instagram worthy. They're not going to trend on TikTok. But the research is pretty clear: eating these humble dried fruits every day can genuinely support your bone health, normalize your digestion, protect your heart, and feed your gut microbiome. And we're not talking about marginal improvements. We're talking about measurable changes that could literally reduce your risk of fractures, cardiovascular disease, and chronic digestive issues. So maybe it's time to give prunes a second look. Your future self might thank you. And hey, if you found this useful, hit that subscribe button. I dive into evidence-based health topics like this every week. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy,